All right, viewer questions time. Yesterday, we told you about a proposed rule change that is on the agenda for the Idaho Republican Party's winter meeting. That'll happen this weekend. The proposed rule change within their political party says any elected official found to have violated the party platform and been censured for a second time could not only lose campaign support from GOP central committees, but also be kept from appearing on a primary ballot for 5 years. And a lot of you had something to say about this agenda item, like Bill J., who wrote in, "It sounds like the Idaho State Republican Party Central Committee is way out of control and now interfering with the rights of the voters to decide who should be on the ballot for voters to decide." Rich in Boise said, "Guess a lot of us lifelong Republicans have been left out of the quote-unquote Big Ten." But Terry brought up a question that we want to address today. She said, he knew GOP proposed rule keeping censured legislators off ballots. I recall GOP candidates running based on freedom. Is this illegal? Well, the question of is this illegal is something that we wanted to clarify. Idaho Secretary of State Phil McGrain explained to us that the short answer of this whole thing under current law, no. According to Idaho Code 34-404, the state of Idaho is in charge of party registrations when a person runs for office. A candidate doesn't need the permission or the endorsement from a political party to make the primary ballot. So similar to the party affiliation rules that the Idaho GOP had asked the Secretary of State to enforce last year, the state cannot enforce party rules as state law, period. They can't enforce party rules at all. It's not their jurisdiction. State of Idaho can only enforce state laws passed by the legislature, signed by the governor. So the Idaho GOP can pass whatever party rules they like, but if they need legal enforcement from the state, it just won't happen. What could happen, hypothetically, lawmakers could change Idaho law, and then the Secretary of State would enforce it because it's state law. So we will follow this, but it's important to remember that the Idaho GOP rulemaking, again, it's not Idaho law. The GOP can govern their own actions and processes, but if it infringes on state law, that's where you have a problem.